Hey guys, I'm JC from Urban Necessities at 2J's Kicks, and I have a story to tell. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think we'd be able to do some of the cool things that we've done. To see this type of support and see this many people come out is very humbling. Let me hear it. Happy birthday to you. To get to share this moment, to hear all the thank yous, it's pretty dope. I consider myself a modern day Al Bundy. Al Bundy was a guy who had a family and worked very hard at selling shoes to try to provide for his family. So Las Vegas is where I currently reside and have lived for the last 17 years. And I just want to share this and the city with you. So here's the real story about me. I grew up with nothing, never really had anything. Was a mess up when I was a kid. You know, growing up in Perth Amboy, we didn't really have much. I lived on the streets, struggled most of my time here, lost pretty much everything I had after I started doing okay. Met the love of my life, and she kind of helped me turn it around. We had a little bit of a falling out, and I was back on the streets, pretty much lost everything again. I sold sneakers out of my trunk, or a kitchen table essentially, for a little bit. I only started selling shoes about 3 years ago. I had been laid off from my job, evicted out of my apartment, car got repoed. It always looked prettier than what it was. I never really made a dollar while I was selling shoes out of my trunk. And I was ready to quit. I really was. But I had a few people that told me, Jay, you gotta keep going. I started my business with 40 bucks. I found an investor that was gonna help me make this great store that was gonna be like a Disneyland of sorts for the sneaker enthusiasts. A week in, he said, this isn't gonna work. It was tough looking at Joni and C's and telling them, like, you know, I know that everything we had just walked away, but we still gotta stay here and make it work. The first 10 months we were open, we didn't even pay ourselves. I really felt from the beginning that we would be considered one of the biggest brands when it came to sneaker consignment. And although we've received a lot of accolades and even awards for coming up with ideas that have changed the sneaker culture and how our guests win shoes and acquire them, I still don't feel like we've done anything. I do feel though that I changed the outlook, or we have changed the outlook of how people look at sneakers and how they go about business. People coming in and having kind words to say to us on a daily basis, it's just very humbling. I thought my store would be okay. I never did it for the money. Never done any of this for the money. All I ever wanted was just to be able to eat McDonald's and play video games. I never thought that I would be at the forefront of the sneaker game, and it's definitely changed my life and my family's. And I think it's helped put a lot of money back into this city. What keeps me motivated is continuing to grow with my community and to provide for the families that allow us to make a dollar with them, right? We have consigners from all walks of life all over the world that rely on us to move their shoes. I spend the bulk of my day here at the shop handling all of the social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I post anywhere between 30 to 70 times a day on Instagram, a handful of times on Twitter. We periscope from time to time, and that's really helped me grow our brand in ways, again, that I can't begin to explain. My fingers get tired from time to time, but I'll live with it. It's a lot of fun. Another reason why I stay so hands-on with the social media, especially the Instagram account, right, is I try to pay attention to all the comments that come in, all the people that are liking, right, because you never know when that person that's been commenting or liking comes into the shop. That day they walk in, I could thank them personally for their support. So another thing that we post a lot on social media is a lot of our winners right through the Heat Locker via Pop, and it's fun to be able to get to share that raw emotion with the guests that play the machine. One day we had 26 winners, kind of nuts. So one question I get asked a lot is, by the young aspiring reseller, how do I make a dollar? What shoes should I buy? Listen, if this is something that you really want to do as a way of life, don't worry about the money. You should never worry about the money, right? You should focus more on building your name and showing consistency. What that means is there's going to be releases where you're not going to make a single dollar. There's probably going to be a lot of releases where you're probably going to lose some money. But you have to understand the greatest benefit in being able to show consistency is exactly that, is showing consistency. The reason why we have so many repeat customers and so many people that I think have supported our brand since before we even opened is that no matter what, if you pre-ordered with us or got a shoe from us, you would never miss out. And it was showing consistency. And I'll tell you, showing consistency has made me lose a lot of money in the past just to be able to keep my name good. A lot of people lose focus of that. Another thing that being a reseller requires, it's all your free time. You have to be up earlier than the next guy. You have to stand there longer than the next guy. You have to put in more raffle tickets than the next guy. You have to build more relationships with people that are in positions that could help you acquire the unattainable better than the next guy. Sees myself, Joni, we've stood in many a lines, we've bartered with many a people, and we've had tons of releases where we didn't make a buck. But in every single scenario that I've explained, the one thing that you can say about all three of us is that no matter what, you could come to us and your shoe would be here. I struggled a lot. I starved a lot of nights. I don't sleep very much, but I do it for you. I do it for those that believe in my brand. And I can't thank you enough for allowing and accepting me, my wife, my family for who we are. I applaud you for sticking through the whole way through, and I appreciate you for watching the growth from the very beginning when we were at the back of the mall when the lights wouldn't even cut on in the hallway, and to see it where it is today and hopefully where it is tomorrow, man. Thank you for taking this ride with me. It's been a lot of fun. This is who I do it for, my wife Joni and my mom. These two are two of my biggest role models, and if it wasn't for either of these two, I wouldn't be where I am today. This is the start of something very special coming from Urban Necessities and Just Wynn. Look, I got another child. This one we're gonna trade for NMDs. She don't like me. Huh? You're playing mannequin challenge right now, huh? You're not moving? You're not moving? I know you're low-key looking at me through the corner of your eye. I see you. I know you want to smile. It's cool.